Assalamu'alaykum UmmahFam, and welcome back to another video on our Ummahpreneur channel. I am so excited to dive into this topic today of really helping you free up your time in your business, whether you're just getting started or you're maybe later on in your journey, and really understanding how you can position yourself as the CEO in your business, how to develop an organizational structure, different departments in your business, and really structure, optimize, and systemize everything so that you can fire yourself upwards. And this is a very important concept that I have learned recently. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Bismillah. All right, guys, Bismillah, let's get started. So how do we actually free up our time as an online business owner? How do we really approach our business in a way where we can structure it not only to be a well-oiled, self-operating machine, but really in a way that allows us to eventually sell this business, move on to other ventures, and build something that really has long-lasting impact and really a legacy for ourselves as entrepreneurs, something that can live on despite us not being there. Because a lot of entrepreneurs, including myself, when I was first starting in business, I was focusing on how I could do everything and really be the best at everything. So I was doing all of the marketing, I was doing all of the sales, I was taking care of all of the social media, I was also taking care of customer fulfillment and customer support, I was replying to all the emails and essentially wearing, I think, at least 50 different hats within my business. Now, I was no stranger to entrepreneurship. I've been an entrepreneur for over 7 years now. I've already built and sold 2 businesses, and this is my 3rd business now, building Ummahpreneur. But there's one concept that I recently learned that has really shifted the way that I approach my business and my decision-making process. And this concept can be summarized into 2 very simple sentences. Focus on what you do best and delegate the rest. That's the first sentence that I want to focus on. Focus on what you do best and delegate the rest. A lot of us think that the limiting factor in our business is our inability to be an expert at everything. We think we need to be an expert in marketing, we need to be an expert in social media, we need to be an expert in sales and all these other things. Now, granted, to get started, you need to have at least a basic level of proficiency in all of these different departments in your business. You need to at least understand what it takes to make the sale. How do you actually convert a stranger into a paying customer? You need to understand how marketing works and how you can generate customers for your business. You need to understand how to create amazing products and services. You need to have a general understanding of everything. If you are not a generalist as an entrepreneur, it's going to be a very difficult journey for you because you're going to continue progressing through different stages in your business without having any idea what's really going on. So at the minimum, you do need to be a generalist. And if you're still at the stage where you're not yet a generalist, then you should still be focusing on at least getting a basic level of proficiency in every department in your business. Now, the second thing is once you've achieved this basic level of proficiency, the second thing you need to do is you need to start to actually divide your business into departments. This was something that I did over the last 2 weeks that has absolutely changed the game for me. So instead of looking at my business as, different roles, right? So, there's social media here, there's video editing there, we got to reply to emails there, there's sales here, and there's, offers there, and there's all these other roles within the company that I do and my team does. Instead of doing that, I started actually dividing my organization and business into different departments. I said, okay, well, we have one department. One department is the sales department, and that includes, the salespeople that are there. It includes the marketing that's there. It includes, appointment setters, people that are reaching out to potential customers, people that are reaching out to clients in our Facebook group. So everything that's related to generating sales is within that department. And then we have another department, which is customer fulfillment. Customer fulfillment revolves around things like our services, our mentorship, our coaching, right? Having the right business coaches in place, right? What are our processes and our offers? And then you have another department, which is operations. This is everything that you don't see. This is management. This is culture. This is, how are we organizing our projects and our KPIs and our goals? How are we structuring everything within the business? So I've divided every single role we have, everything that we do, into 3 or 4 main departments in my business. And making that division, I've now been able to see, okay, now that I have, I've summed up my business into 3 or 4 departments, how can I really review what it is that I do for each one of these departments, map out the processes, right? The systems that I use, the processes that I follow, right? When I complete certain tasks, so that I can go and delegate these tasks and hire the right people to manage those departments. Instead of hiring one person to, post on social media one day and reply to emails another, and kind of themselves as well be a generalist that's not really focused in terms of expertise on anything. I now know, well, once I really systemize all the processes in my sales department, I need to get a really excellent salesperson to go there and really just succeed in that department and excel and help take it to the next level. If I am looking at operations, what I need is I really need a really good manager, someone that has management experience, someone that knows how to, lead a managerial role within a startup, and that's going to help take, the company's operational processes to the next level, right? By dividing my tasks and roles into departments, I can now find the right people to go and help build those departments within my business. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because of sentence number 2. I told you sentence number 1, which is you want to focus on what you do best and you want to delegate the rest. But there is a second sentence that I mentioned. The second sentence is that as the owner of the company, as the CEO of your business, your only role is to fire yourself upwards. Okay? I'm going to repeat that again. Your only job as the CEO of your company, as the owner of your business, is to fire yourself upwards. What this means is if you're taking care of social media and everything else right now, well, you need to fire yourself from that social media position and delegate that to someone else so that you can manage the social media position and fire yourself upwards as to a manager role. And ultimately, then you can install a manager in your company, and then you fired yourself upwards once more, where you are now the CEO, and then you have the manager, and then you have the social media specialist, right? So your goal is to figure out what are these main roles within my business, right? Make a list. These are all the activities that I do in a day. These are all the roles that I'm taking on. These are all the hats that I wear in my business. Make a list of all of these different hats that you wear, right? Divide it into departments, into categories, and then start figuring out how you can delegate each one of those roles one by one to fire yourself upwards into that CEO role in your company. That is your goal. Your goal is not to figure out how you can make 10K a month. Your goal is not to figure out how you can make $1 million in a month. Your goal is to figure out how you can fire yourself upwards, and the money will come. Because when you have the right people in place, when you have the right systems and processes, you will ultimately make the income that you deserve to make in your business, inshallah. Now, there's some extra resources that I can share with you in regards to how do you delegate and what are some platforms that you can use. Now, some of them that I use, my favorites, I really like to use Upwork when it comes to hiring freelancers. It's a website where you can post a job for completely free, and you can find people, virtual assistants, social media managers for as low as $4 or $5 an hour, which is really great for a startup entrepreneur when you're not generating enough income to hire someone at $15, $20 an hour. And that's going to help you find the right people, put the right people in place. Of course, you should have an interview process. You should really make sure that they're a right fit for your company. They're buying into your mission, your vision, your values. But it's going to allow you to at least hire people at a discounted rate because you're helping support people in developing countries where, $5 an hour for you might not be much if you're in North America, but for someone else, for example, in Southeast Asia, it might make a big difference in their lives. So you can help contribute to communities abroad, and you can also help grow your business and reach that next level and start to fire yourself upwards, inshallah. So check that out. Also, Fiverr is a great website, but Fiverr is a little bit better for one-off gigs, things like creating a logo, creating a website. If you're looking for someone to actually join your team and really be a team member, and you're looking for, being able to do that at a discounted rate, Upwork has been a great place for me. Many of my best team members that are now working within Ummahpreneur and that are no longer on Upwork, we first started our relationship on Upwork before moving it off of Upwork and really building a relationship as official staff of Ummahpreneur, as official team members of Ummahpreneur. So it's something I highly recommend you check out as well if that's something you want to do. But ultimately, remember, your goal is two things. You want to focus on what you do best and delegate the rest, and you want to fire yourself upwards in your company. I hope that was helpful, guys. If it was, subscribe below and leave a like on this video. And of course, I say this every video, but I do read every single comment. So let me know in the comments what you think, if you've enjoyed this video, if you've benefited, if you haven't, and I will see you in the next one. All right, guys. Assalamu'alaykum UmmahFam.